Teacher talking sports, what it does, what it do, how we livin'. I've always said that my favorite NFL writer has to be Bill Barnwell of ESPN. Unfortunately, most of his articles are ESPN Plus, so if you don't have it, unfortunately, you can't read them. But today, Bill Barnwell posted an article where he discussed active players who could potentially be the GOAT, greatest of all time, at their position. So he didn't name every position because he doesn't foresee any active running back, offensive tackle, cornerback, punter, etc. becoming the best of all time at their position. But I thought we could go over the ones he named. He also gave a percentage chance of each becoming the GOAT of their position. Of course, it's all subjective. There's no way to quantify really who is the GOAT, but let's go over who he put. So, quarterback, he listed Patrick Mahomes having a 15% chance of overtaking Tom Brady to become the NFL's best quarterback ever. I would put it a little higher, maybe at 1/4 chance, 25%, as Mahomes, just 27 years old, already a two-time MVP, two-time Super Bowl MVP, two-time Super Bowl winner, 24,241 yards and 192 touchdowns, an incredible 64-16 record as a starting quarterback. Yes, he's got a long way to go to catch Tom Brady's numbers, but I could see him being considered to be the best of all time by many, even if he doesn't quite match Tom Brady's 7 Super Bowl rings. As great as Tom Brady was, he definitely had better defenses in New England than Mahomes has had in his time with the Chiefs. Wide receiver Justin Jefferson, he gives a 1% chance. So you're saying there's a chance to overtake Jerry Rice as the best wide receiver of all time. Jerry Rice's numbers are far beyond any other wide receiver that has played the game. Just had such longevity on top of outstanding performance. Through 3 seasons, Jefferson, 324 catches, 4,825 yards, and 25 touchdowns. The reigning offensive player of the year. He's going to probably have to have some postseason success on top of, putting up productive numbers. Jerry Rice won a bunch of Super Bowls, a Super Bowl MVP. This could be Jefferson's last season with Kirk Cousins as his quarterback, so we'll have to see who's throwing the ball after this upcoming season. Tight end Travis Kelce gives a 60% chance to overtake Tony Gonzalez as the best tight end of all time. I would go even higher. I think he's already the second best, slightly over Gronk. So I did Mount Rushmores for every NFL position. My tight end one was Gonzalez, Kelce, Gronkowski, and Shannon Sharp. I probably would rank Kelce second already, and he's just still extremely productive. Again, 2 Super Bowl rings, each of his last 7 seasons, over 1,000 yards receiving. I might not catch Tony Gonzalez's career touchdown mark, but just his sustained level of success has made first team All-Pro every other season since 2016, 2018, 2020, 2022. I personally would probably say it's more 80% more likely because I think he has a few productive seasons left. Guard Zach Martin of the Dallas Cowboys, he gives a 35% chance. Again, on my Mount Rushmore of guards, I had Larry Allen, John Hanna, Bruce Matthews, Randall McDaniel. Barnwell doesn't necessarily name a GOAT at guard. He mentions all 4 of the guys I just named. While Bruce Matthews might be the best, I don't know if I'd consider him the best guard of all time because he played all over the offensive line, not just guard. I might go Larry Allen, but Zach Martin, also of the Cowboys, off to an extraordinary start. He's currently 32 years old, and in his 9 seasons, he's been named to 8 Pro Bowls and has been a 6-time first-team All-Pro already. Really just one season where he missed a bunch of games in 2020. Otherwise, just an absolute stalwart at right guard. 35% seems reasonable. Again, just not a lot of numbers to differentiate between offensive linemen. You could go with Pro Bowls and All Pros, but Zach Martin definitely top of the line currently. Edge rusher, Lawrence Taylor, he obviously names as the GOAT at the position. Well, he gives two young edge rushers, Micah Parsons and Nick Bosa, both a 3% chance. Of course, both are still mighty new into their career. Parsons is 24 years old, 2 seasons in the league. Both of them finished as the runner-up for Defensive Player of the Year, 26.5 sacks in his 2 seasons. Nick Bosa, unfortunately, only played in 2 games in 2020. In his other 3 seasons, 43 sacks, league leading 18.5 this past season, was named Defensive Player of the Year this past season. 3% seems reasonable. Definitely hard to overtake Lawrence Taylor. I think either one of these guys might have to break the all-time sacks record. Bruce Smith, who has an even 200, to really be considered. I know LT doesn't have 200 sacks, but his career wasn't as long as the Reggie Whites or Bruce Smiths. So 3% seems reasonable. He named Aaron Donald already as the GOAT at defensive tackle, thus the 100%. When I did my NFL Mount Rushmore this offseason, I had Aaron, for defensive tackles, I had Aaron Donald, Mean Joe Green, Bob Lilly, and Alan Page. I would say probably before Aaron Donald, Mean Joe Green, I probably would consider the GOAT at defensive tackle. But I kind of agree that Aaron Donald might have already overtaken him. 3 Defensive Players of the Year, also finishes of 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. 103 sacks in just 9 seasons as a defensive tackle is incredible. Kicker, Justin Tucker, he gives a 30% chance, and I would have it closer to 50-50. He lists Adam Vinatieri as the GOAT. I understand Vinatieri kicked till he's 47 years old. Tucker may not do that. He's currently just 33. Might not have the opportunity to win as many Super Bowls as Vinatieri, but Tucker didn't have Tom Brady at quarterback, but he does have 1 Super Bowl ring at least. He's been a first-team All-Pro 5 times in his career. Has connected on 90.5% of his career field goals, including an NFL record 66-yard field goal in 2021. I'd give him more of a 50% chance to overtake Vinatieri. And then kick returner, he already believes Cordarrelle Patterson is the best of all time kick returner. Now, when I did my Mount Rushmore, I did returners in general, so kick/punt returners, and the 4 guys I included really did both: Joshua Cribbs, Devin Hester, Brian Mitchell, and Gale Sayers. Patterson has the NFL record with 9 kickoff returns for touchdown. Can't argue that much. I would say I would give Gale Sayers a lot of consideration, even though he has just 91 career kickoff returns in his NFL career. He averaged 30.6 yards per return and 6 touchdowns. So basically, 1 out of every 15 kick returns he took to the house. But I understand why he would say Patterson is the best of all time. So what do you think of Brian Barnwell's NFL potential GOATs that are active players? Bill Barnwell. I said Brian Barnwell. Let me know in the comments what you think. Are there any players that he didn't list that you think potentially could also be the GOAT at their position? Maybe one of those multitude of good wide receivers, although again, it's so hard to overtake Jerry Rice. Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to subscribe. Like the video, share the video, hit the bell for notifications. I'm out.